Vice President for Finance Board, I was raised in New York City. Have spent my entire life here except for brief detours to college in California and law school in Boston.
I'm David Chen. I'm the Executive Director of Chinese American Planning Council. That's my job. Also serve a number of nonprofit boards and local development corporations. I live in Brooklyn. I was the Charter Commission member in 2005.
My name is Angela Mariana Freire. I am Senior Vice President and Deputy General Counsel of the Nielsen Company. I am also a member of the Conflicts of Interest Board of the City of New York. I was born in Cuba and I live in New York City.
And Angela will serve as the Secretary to the Commission. John?
Hi, I'm John Banks, and I am a Vice President at the Consolidated Edison for Government Relations. I serve on the MTA Board. Prior to my job at Con Ed, I was, among other things, Chief of Staff to the New York City Council, and I worked in the Finance Division of the City Council for about 10 years.
I'm Anthony Crowell. I have worked on or served on a variety of charter commissions dating back to 1999, 2001, 2002, 2003. I was a commissioner on the 2004-5 commission and now this one. And in my day-to-day work, I deal with the city charter regularly. Where I work at City Hall as counselor to the mayor. I also was at the law department for 4 years prior to joining City Hall.
Good afternoon. I'm Joe McShane. I'm the president of Fordham University with campuses in Manhattan, the Bronx, and Westchester. I'm a native New Yorker, born and raised in Manhattan. I left New York, sadly, for 25 years for education and also to serve on faculty of a Jesuit college in Syracuse, New York. I've been at Fordham for 7 years now. Prior to that, I was at the University of Scranton as the president there, and I serve on a number of college and university boards throughout the country, and am a member of the executive committee of the Commission on Independent Colleges and Universities in the state of New York, and on the executive board of the Association of Jesuit Colleges and Universities, the 28 Jesuit colleges and universities throughout the country.
Hi, I'm Tony Perez Casino, and I am an attorney at the law firm of Milbank Tweed, where I manage our firm's pro bono operation. I am former chair of Community Board 8 in the Bronx, where I live, although I was born in Brooklyn and lived here till I was almost 5. And I'm also chair of the Van Cortlandt Park Conservancy, so I have a number of experience in terms of community efforts. Thanks.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Ken Moltner. I'm an attorney at the firm Bressler, Amy & Ross. I'm former chair of Community Board 8 in Manhattan, where I live. I am an adjunct professor at the Continuing Education Program at Hunter and also at the Continuing Education Program at New York University.
Hi, I'm Hope Cohen. I'm Associate Director of the Center for Urban Innovation at Regional Plan Association. Before that, I was Deputy Director of the Center for Rethinking Development at the Manhattan Institute. And before that, I spent, 15 years of my life in various city public sector related activities, from the Parks Department to New York City Transit, where I mostly focused on introducing new technologies into the transit system. So from a professional point of view, I have experienced in painful firsthand things like procurement practices in the city of New York. I also serve on Community Board 7 in Manhattan, which I chaired several years back.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carlos Shasura. I'm a lifelong Brooklynite, born in Bensonhurst, currently live in Dyker Heights. Currently I serve as Chief of Staff to Brooklyn Borough President Markowitz. The cheesecakes were his idea, by the way. So, former member of Community Board 11 and Community School Board 20, and served as President of Community Education Council District 20 for 5 years. Right now, I'm on the Board of Trustees of the Brooklyn Public Library and the Board of the New York City Economic Development Corporation, and I'm a former adjunct at Baruch College. Chancellor Goldstein, unfortunately, I was not there when you were, and I'm thrilled to be on this commission.
Good evening. I'm Steve Fiala. I'm the County Clerk and Commissioner of Jurors of Richmond County. Prior to my appointment as County Clerk, I served in the City Council, and I've had the privilege of serving with a number of commissioners here on a previous Charter Commission. And Dr. Goldstein, I'm looking forward to my service on this commission, and I commend the Mayor for his stellar selection of you as Chair. I'm sure that we're going to do some great work that will hopefully yield a more efficient and responsive government for the people of New York. And let me just say thank you to the Borough President and yourself for the cheesecake. It's nice to be in Brooklyn.
Good evening. I'm Bishop Mitchell Taylor. I'm the Senior Pastor of the Center of Hope International and the founder and president of the East River Development Alliance, a nonprofit organization that works with residents that live in New York City public housing developments, creating models for employment, financial literacy, college access, and community revitalization. I currently sit on the CCRB, and I've had vast experience in community development over the last 20 years in Long Island City. And I feel that this is an awesome opportunity to share some of my pragmatic experience as well as the intellectual properties that we have to lend to this board.
Well, I think all of you will agree that the Mayor has assembled a very distinguished group of professionals, and it's a privilege for me to work with all of you. I'd like to first pay some tribute to Anthony Crowell, who has been extraordinarily helpful to me as we turn over this engine and get it moving. And Anthony, thank you for your wise counsel, and I look forward to working with you. You've been an enormous help to me. For those of you who like mathematics, I do, when you look at this dais, this is a great example of a packing problem. Which is a class of mathematical problems that can be studied by seeing how packed we are on this dais. For further venues, we'll try to have a little more space to spread out a bit, but we are a little tight. Let me start now with the second part of our effort this evening by introducing our two presenters, Spencer Fisher and Lisa Grummett from the city's law department, to give us a tutorial on charters. I assure you that there is, if you nod out a bit, that's fine, because there isn't going to be a quiz after this at all. So, but I think those of you who are really interested, you'll learn something from it. So I turn it over to our presenters.
Pass out a handout which reflects largely what's here.